Z-Rock. If it's too loud, then you're too old. Prong and the Iceman at CBGB's. Old school shows. CBGB's Madball with Crown of Thorns, 25 to Life, Cold as Life, Bulldoze, Rest in Peace. Bunch of other bands. Bond Street Cafe with Sub-Zero. Breakdown. That was back in September 2000. Something. Gnostic Front, last show. Antagonize. That was Gary's band. Out of Line, VOD, Close Call, Without a Crows, Neglect, and Iceman. Alright, Barry. This is the silent producer Rich for Monday Metal Memories. Today we're looking at flyers from the scrapbook. This is Ludacris at CBGB's back in '87. We have Death Angel with Whiplash. Special guest Rest in Pieces token entry, Sex and Violence. Thursday Thrash with a Gnostic Front. And at midnight, the return of Nevermore. This was back in '86. Creepy Crawl Productions used to do a lot of shows at Coney Island High, and this was Jimmy Gestapo's birthday party. But on this particular show, they added Brutal Truth as one of the headlining bands that performed that night. That was a wild show. Sanctuary was another spot that used to have a lot of shows, and this was Road Racer Records record release party for Typo Negative. And they played with Non-Fiction and Black Virgin. $2 buds and $3 house drinks. That was down on Avenue Way. So another one. Out of Line. No redeeming social value. District 9. Formerly known as Close Call with Goda Mentis. Brutal Deathcore from the Bronx. $5 at the Bronx Depot. Very famous show. Gnostic Front, Murphy's Law, The Lunatics, Leeway, The Radix, Rights of the Accused, Functional Idiots, and Warzone at the Palladium, which was a dance club. And Nuclear Assault was on that bill. Meatballs, 1998. This was the return of Leeway with Fed Up, Tears of Frustration, and Cold Front. This was the Voodoo Lounge in Queens. ABC No Rio used to have a lot of matinees. Dystopia played with Burn the Priest, which later went on to become Lamb of God. Dead Nation with Fast Times and Fed Up. Locked in a Vacancy. Cro-Mags at CBGB's. DRI. This was at the Voodoo Lounge. $1993, Metal Madness 2. This was in the Bronx. Angry at the World, Close Call, Mindset, Morbidon, Rampage, Super Duper, Without a Cause. Chucky Brown from Chucky Brown Hood TV has footage of this. Another old flyer with Go to Mentis, District 9, No Redeeming, Out of Line. The Train Depot. Motorhead, Typo Negative, Stick, Leeway, Marauder at Blitzspear, at the Old Ritz. Sick of It All, Black Train Jack, and the debut of Orange 9mm with Endpoint And this was at the Academy. That's it for this week's flyers. More next week with Monday Metal Memories. Silent Producer signing off. This one goes back to the GOAT Metal Show, Barry. And don't forget about his merch, the